What's up, guys? I'm Vocal Strike, and welcome back to the finale of the 5D's story of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. Last time we defeated Arporia and stopped a temple from collapsing into New Domino City. For now. This episode we are going to finish off the 5D story and wipe out Arporia's allies and fight for the future. Though Arporia was defeated, the Divine Temple was still coming down into the city. We have to infiltrate the Divine Temple and stop it from crashing into New Domino City. No, you mustn't. Cherie, why not? Zone, the leader of Iliaster, has shown me the future. Yeah, keep in mind this was after she was presumed dead. As you can see, she is very much alive. She just doesn't appear again between her disappearance and now. You say, if you enter his divine temple, it is foretold that you will not return. If that's what is required of me to save the people of New Domino City, so be it. Yusei and his friends made it to the divine temple and attempted to disable it. On the divine temple, Yusei met a familiar face. I remember everything. How Yusei got into the Divine Temple was actually thanks to Team Ragnarok. They used their Aesir cards to help build a bridge of rainbow, like a rainbow bridge. And that's how Team 5D's entered the temple. Bruno? Is that you? What are you doing here? No, not Bruno. My name is Antony. My memories have returned, and I now remember my mission. I've traveled back in time to protect Zone and his divine temple from you. Antony uses the Tech Genus archetype, which is basically just a bunch of machine-type monsters that are able to synchro summon. Essentially. Which, at the time, I don't think there was much in the way of machine-type synchro monsters. I could be wrong, though. I don't remember what his ace is, unfortunately. Okay, so Stardust Dragon, Sheen Star Dragon, Junk Warrior, Junk Gardna, Junk Berserker, and Formula Synchron. Let's set both Mirror Force and Scrap Iron Scarecrow to start things off. And set Synchron Explorer. But while we are doing this duel, you remember back in the Duel Monsters era? Oh wait, no, never mind. They're not just machine-type monsters. My mistake. I won't stop that one because I want Synchron Explorer. But I will stop this one. You remember back in during the Duel Monsters campaign that I said that that when we talked about the movies, Bonds Beyond Time is the only one I didn't talk about? And the reason why is purely because of I would talk about it later. Now is later. That is Yu-Gi-Oh! Bonds Beyond Time, in case you forget. And the story of Bonds Beyond Time is that Yusei goes back in time. Yusei actually has a turbo duel with a mystery man named Paradox, and his Stardust Dragon gets captured mid-turbo duel, and then Paradox jumps through time. With the help of the Crimson Dragon, Yusei hunts him down and meets up with Jaden and Yugi along the way. Keep in mind that... What does this do? All face-up monsters you control gain 300 attack for each Chet Genius monster you control. And he has 2 of them, so that's 600. Keep in mind that 5D takes place centuries in the future. And Yusei was able to travel through time thanks to the help of the Crimson Dragon. And before that, Yusei and Jack and Team 5D's were even saw a news article talking about, like, Yugi. And even Jack even said how I would love to duel him back in his day. But time was changing. New Domino Save was disappearing. The cards were disappearing. All because of what Paradox did, which was using his stolen monsters to assassinate and kill Maximilian Pegasus. Yugi managed to survive the attack, but his grandfather didn't. Yugi then meets up with Jaden, with Jaden and Yusei, who went further back into the past to go after Paradox, just before the attack hit, just before Pegasus showed up. So, in other words, Yugi's grandfather actually survived. Now, how far back did they go? How far, what points in times were these? Well, Yugi still had the Pharaoh with him, as well as the Millennium Puzzle. So at the very least, that takes place after Battle City for Yugi. For Jaden, he was out journeying the world and already had his elemental hero Neos and the spirit of Yubel with him. As well as the Pharaoh, the spirit of Professor Banner, and Yubel with him. So after all of the events of GX for Jaden. Whereas Yusei, I believe that it was either before or after Arporia's defeat. But before he actually goes to the Divine Temple to defeat Antony and Zone. One tuner and one more non-tuner. If a monster is synchro summon, draw one card. This card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. Oh, it's literally just +1 in card advantage. So, Yugi, Yusei, and Jaden all team up together to defeat Paradox. So it's a 3-on-1 duel. Paradox uses the Malefic archetype, which is a very gimmicky archetype, and not something people really use. It's really clunky to use, actually. What the Malefic archetype is that it's basically dark Malefic versions of the original monsters, except for 3 monsters in particular. And the Malefic variants is Cyber End Dragon, which he most likely stole from Zane. Red Eyes Black Dragon, which Paradox either stolen from Joey, Rex, or Atticus. Blue Eyes White Dragon, which he stole from Kaiba. Rainbow Dragon, which Jaden, without saying names, more or less did confirm that Paradox did steal it from Jesse. And Stardust Dragon, which we see him steal from Yusei. And they have all the things as the, oh, that was lag, as their original counterpart. So like Malefic Blue Eyes White Dragon has 3,000 attack points and 2,500 defense points, etc. What they don't share is effects, as far as I can remember. The gimmick of a Malefic Monsters is that a field spell, doesn't matter if it's yours or your opponent's or both, but a field spell must be face up on the field for you to, in order for a Malefic Monster to stay on the field. If there is no field spell, the Malefic Monster self-destructs. You must also banish the original counterparts in order to summon the Malefic variants. In the case with Cyber End, Malefic Cyber End Dragon and Malefic Stardust Dragon, you need to banish the original Cyber End Dragon and Stardust Dragon respectively from your extra deck. Is that your sent to the graveyard or banished? But for all of the others, which are main deck monsters, they have to be banished from the graveyard. If you do not do this, if you do not have the original counterparts all set up, you cannot special summon the Malefic monsters. There can only be one Malefic monster on the field. And this goes for both you and your opponent. So if you play a Malefic monster, then your opponent can't play any Malefic monsters. And vice versa. So they kind of lock each other down in that sense, if both players use Malefics. On top of that, only the Malefic monster can attack. So, for example, if this was Malefic Stardust Dragon, for example, I would not be able to attack at all with Junk Warrior. Nor would I be able to summon any other Malefic monsters, so I would be forced to attack with Malefic Stardust Dragon if I want to attack. Only. So you're restricting yourself to one monster, but at the same time, they're all like level 8 and above monsters with good amounts of attack points, with the weakest one being the Red Eyes, of course. Because of this, they're really, really clunky. No one ever really uses them for really anything. And the Malefic, even though the Malefics have their own field spell called Malefic World, you do not need to use Malefic World to keep Malefic monsters from self-destructing. It can be any field spell. It could be Toon Kingdom, it could be Mountains, it could be Umi, it could be Yami, it could be whatever. So long as it's a face-up active field spell. Of course, naturally, the movie breaks this rule. For starters, Jaden, Yugi, and Yusei did not think about destroying the field spell. Nor did they really, although they didn't know the weaknesses of Malefics at the time, since that was their first and only time the Malefics were ever used. Unless a later Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains episode I haven't watched yet uses Malefics later. But the three original Malefic cards, like, you know, ones that are not based on, that are not just dark Malefic versions of already previous existing cards, is the only tuner monster of the archetype, Malefic Parallel Gear, the only synchro monster of the archetype, Malefic Paradox Dragon, and the strongest monster of the archetype, Malefic Truth Dragon. Now, Malefic Parallel Gear is considered a Malefic monster, so if I had Malefic Stardust Dragon, I wouldn't be able to summon Parallel Gear for a synchro summon. So, how does that work? Well, Malefic Parallel Gear, as far as to my knowledge, is the only tuner monster that can be used for a synchro summon using monsters from your hand. However, the monsters must be Malefic cards. Has to be Malefic monsters. So if I wanted to synchro summon Malefic Paradox Dragon, all I have to do is have no other Malefic monster on the field, normal summon Malefic Parallel Gear, and have a Malefic monster whose levels is enough to, between the Parallel Gear and the Malefic monster, to equal Paradox Dragon's levels. It's basically the same form of synchro summoning, just using one monster on the field and one monster in your hand. That is all. As for the actual cards themselves, Malefic Paradox Dragon is a dark attribute level 10 dragon type synchro effect monster with 4,000 attack points and 4,000 defense points. Requires Malefic Parallel Gear and one non-tuner Malefic monster to synchro summon. When this card is synchro summoned, you can select one synchro monster in either player's graveyard and special summon it. There can only be one face-up Malefic Paradox Dragon on the field. If Malefic World is not face-up on the field, destroy this card. So, for Paradox Dragon, you need Malefic World. And it says that you can special summon. I am assuming that means that you can special summon your opponent's synchro monsters to your side of the field. However, unlike the other Malefic monsters, you can at least attack with both Paradox Dragon and whatever other monsters you have. Malefic Truth Dragon is a dark attribute level 12, which is the maximum number of levels for any card. Dragon type effect monster with 5,000 attack points and 5,000 defense points. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by its own effect, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. If a Malefic monster you control except Malefic Truth Dragon is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can pay half your life points to special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. There can only be one Malefic monster on the field. If there is no field spell card on the field, destroy this card. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. So, it's at least a front row board wipe. And you can bring it back over and over and over again so long as you're willing to pay half your life points. And because you have to pay half of your life points, you're not... you can never actually go down by this effect on your own. But you can make yourself weaker to... in order for your opponent to easily defeat you. And speaking of defeat, bye, Antony Bruno. Are you okay? I am, my friend. And my time is at an end. By the way, they were turbo dueling basically in space, with where the loser gets sucked up into a black hole. You say, I used to believe that destiny was written in stone, but you have always surpassed the impossible. Defeat Zone to save New Domino City and the future. Goodbye. During that duel, Jack, Leo, and Luna were taken on Aporia in a master duel, in a 3-on-1 master duel. And Crow and Akiza were taking on Sherry in a master duel as well. And also, just a note, after Aporia's defeat in the World Racing Grand Prix is where the dubbed episodes end. All the last 3 duels after this are subbed episodes only. So this is like the final season. Hope. Yusei had to now confront Zone. Defeating him would save New Domino City and possibly the future. Welcome, Team 5D's. Zone. We won't let you destroy New Domino City. That is a promise you will not be able to keep. If I do not destroy New Domino City now, the whole world will be destroyed in the future. Is this not a small sacrifice for the bigger picture? Any future that requires even a single sacrifice is not a future worth living in. You say, take this, Red Dragon Archfiend. Don't forget my card, Blackwing Dragon. And mine, Black Rose Dragon. You totally gotta use Luna and my cards too. Lifestream Dragon, Power Tool Dragon, and Ancient Fairy Dragon. Yeah, during the 3-on-1 duel between Jack, Leo, and Luna versus Aporia, Leo becomes a signer. and gets Lifestream Dragon. Which I totally forgot about and I don't have it set up. Give me a second here. Well, actually, we don't really need to... I don't even need to look it up because we'll have Lifestream Dragon, actually. So, never mind. But that duel is really, really dark. Like, it is honestly really dark. Jack, Leo, and Luna have these devices put on their chest by Aporia during the duel. If they forfeit the duel or try to force it off, the needle from the device will pierce their hearts, killing them. If the more life points they lose, the closer the needles get to their hearts. Life points drop to 0, they die. Yeah, and kids were brought into this, Leo and Luna, who were basically elementary school level kids. And even Jack even played to Aporia saying, hey, only duel me, leave these two out of this, they're just kids. Aporia didn't listen and they were dragged in anyway. As you can guess, Aporia was defeated. But he did get hope, which led to Aporia and Zone dueling, and Zone crushed him. But it did give Team 5D's a chance to actually see what Zone uses and what his strategies are. So that gave Team 5D's an advantage. Jack, Leo, Luna, Akiza, Crow. Let's duel as one for our future. As for the duel between Crow and Akiza versus Sherry, Sherry actually sided with Zone, even though he was supposed to be the enemy. Zone made her an offer. And that offer was that if you help us defeat Team 5D's and complete our goal, we will bring back your parents. Let's use Steam Synchro. And Sherry was actually willing to go so far that if she loses, she would commit suicide. Like, her cards were actually hurting her. Jack and Crow not only defeated Sherry, but also prevented her from committing suicide. So, a lot of the reason, and pretty much the reason, like, emotionally she sided with them was because of the fact that since she lost her parents, like, anywhere between the ages of 5 and 7 from the looks of her, you know, she was a little kid, she just wanted her parents back. She never let go. Oh yeah, we have a lot. Tatsunoko, which is a Synchro Tuner monster. If this Synchro Summon monster would be used as Synchro material, one monster in your hand can be used as one of the other materials, unaffected by other monsters' effects. Mist Bird Clossalus. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, its attack becomes 0, and if it does, its effects are negated. These changes last until the end of this turn. Power Dual Dragon Formula Synchron XL Synchron. Once per turn, you can send one Synchron monster from your deck to the graveyard to activate one of these effects. Increase this card's level The level descent monster reduces cards leveled by the level descent monster. During your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect. Immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using this card you control. You can only synchro summon XL Synchron once per turn. Stardust Dragon, Shooting Star Dragon. Shooting Quasar Dragon is Synchro's Yusei's new Synchro monster. And it's steep, to say the least. It is a light attributed, level 12 Dragon type Synchro effect monster with 4,000 attack points and 4,000 defense points. Requires 1 tuner Synchro monster and 2 or more non-tuner Synchro monsters, so you're Synchro summoning at least 3 times for this card. Must be Synchro summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card's maximum number of attacks per battle equals the number of non-tuner monsters used as its Synchro material. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. When this card leaves the field, you can special summon 1 Shooting Star Dragon from your extra deck. Red Dragon Archfiend. Here is Lifestream Dragon, which is Leo's Signer Dragon, which also does make Power Tool Dragon technically a Signer Dragon as well, because this requires Power Tool Dragon to Synchro Summon. Lifestream Dragon is a level 8 Earth Attribute Dragon type Synchro Tuner effect monster with 2,900 attack points and 2,400 defense points. Requires 1 Tuner and Power Tool Dragon to Synchro Summon. When this card is Synchro Summoned, you can make your life points become 4,000. You take no effect damage. If this face-up card on the field would be destroyed, you can banish 1 equipped spell card from your graveyard instead. Which honestly fits into Leo fairly well, since Power Tool Dragon effects are all about getting equipped spells. Coral Dragon, Synchro Tuner. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card to target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. If this Synchro Summon card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. You can only use this effect of Coral Dragon once per turn. Black Winged Dragon, Black Rose Dragon, and Ancient Fairy Dragon. Three, 4. Oops. 4, 5, 6. Do we actually have any level 6s? Yes, Coral Dragon. Which has 2,400 attack points. So let's summon Steam Synchron. And let's see what he does. Zone uses the Time Lord's archetype. And the Time Lords are generally a bunch of high-level cards, high-level monsters that can be easily special summoned but have to return to the deck after 1 turn. There are cards that actually make them Mystical Space Typhoon. Three, 4, 5. Excel Synchron. Which has 2,100 defense points. Level 11, which I don't think we have. Nope. So no point in bringing him out right now. So let's just bring out or higher machine type monster, machine type Morphtronic monster, and I don't have Power Tool Dragon out right now. So yeah, let's just go ahead and summon Junk Synchron. The Zone's Ace Monster also has a summoning animation, but there's no guarantee we'll see it this duel. His Ace Monster is Cephalon, the Ultimate Time Lord, which is a light attribute, level 10 fairy type effect monster with 4,000 attack points and 4,000 defense points. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by having 10 or more monsters in your graveyard. Once per turn, you can special summon one level A or higher fairy monster from your hand or graveyard, but its effects are negated. Also, its attack becomes 4,000. Let's see. If you don't know monsters, you can special summon discard from your hand. This card can be treated as 2 tributes for a tribute summon of a Time Lord monster. You can tribute this card, add 1 Time Lord monster with 0 attack from your deck to your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 Time Lord monster with 0 attack from your deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. The Time Lords each also have different types of effects. Some of them are chip damage, some of them can be used to, like that. Oh, I thought this... Okay, what do you do? Cannot be special summoned from the deck. If you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. You take no battle damage from attacks involving this attack position card. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, return as many monsters on the field as possible to the hand, other than this card. And if you do, inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card returned. Once returned during your standby phase, shuffle this card into the deck. Okay, so next turn he can't summon it. That's what makes the Time Lords a little bit tricky, is that they're not easily destroyable. Another Mateon. You'll draw 1 card. A synchro monster that uses this card as a synchro material cannot be destroyed by card effects. Except returning to the hand isn't really a card effect. Target 1 synchro monster in the graveyard and special summon that target if its effects are negated. Which I think I only have Steam Synchron. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. But it can destroy other cards, so I can at least put this in the graveyard and prepare for another synchro summon. Or not. I thought that my monster would be destroyed. Monsters you can normal summon this card without tributing cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. You take no battle damage from attacks involving this card, tab position card. Does it say anywhere to... That's weird. Mixion the Time Lord. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, have your opponent's life points. Your standby phase, shuffle this. Yeah, zone can be a bit rough. Not gonna lie. Okay, OBS, you can stop that. Not sure if that made it into the video at the end of the recording, but it was kind of bugging out. Visuals was bugging out on me a bit there. What do I do? If this card battles again, I'm gonna have to take that damage. And I take... from attacks involving this card. Actually, no, there's no point. It's going back into the main deck. Kemion the Time Lord cannot be special summoned from the deck. If you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Be destroyed by battle or card effects, you take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. Phase of this card battled, shuffle one card your opponent controls into the deck, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. Once per turn during your standby phase, shuffle this card to the deck. And this could shut it down. But I think... Okay. Oh, I should have attacked. I am a fool. The first time this face-up card on the field will be destroyed by an opponent's card effect. It is not destroyed. Once per turn, you can activate one of these effects. Discard one level 10 monster to draw one card. If this is the only card in your spell and trap card zone, target one Time Lord monster in your graveyard and shuffle it into the deck. Then you can set one infinite machine directly from your hand or deck. No, I want to wait till the battle phase. Wait till he attacks. Of course. Oh. No. Banishment is not the same as 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can bring out Power Tool Dragon. Which I think might actually be the better play here right now. Four, 5, 6, 7. Only to a machine type monster once per turn you can activate this effect. It permanently gains 400 attack points. And even if it battles an opponent's monster, that monster's effect is negated during the battle phase only. And just to be safe, let's go ahead and activate breakthrough skill so that I can hold his, so I can hold that effect. At the end of the turn. Zendayon, the Time Lord. From the deck. At the end of the battle phase, a discard battle inflict 2,000 damage to your opponent. Oh. Can I have a level 5 in here? Oh, he has Cephalon the Ultimate Time Lord in his graveyard. I really got nothing worth bringing back. Other than... That's 4,000 attack and defense points. Jesus. It might be more worth bringing in Lifestream Dragon. To bring my life points back up right now. Or... Seven. I do have a level 4 in there. Does it destroy every card? Destroy all cards on the field. . there really anything that I can use that can destroy? That becomes 0, and if it does, it's if it's... Oh, I do have a play! I do have a bit of a play. I just need to bring out a level 2 monster. So let's go ahead and bring out Clear Effector. And bring out... Miss Bird Clossalus. Let's go ahead and put you in defense mode. Goblinberg. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls, its attack becomes 0. Ah, we win! And we did not get to see Cephalon, so I guess we're gonna have to see that in the bonus episode. The Crimson Dragon transported all of Yusei's friends to safety, leaving Zone and Yusei alone. This was a turbo duel in the air, by the way, where the Crimson Dragon was actually helping have Yusei's dual runner actually fly. Impossible. I lost? Does this mean I was wrong? That everything I did was for the worse? Zone, you were simply misguided. You believe that the future cannot be changed. I believe that the future is something we have yet to create. And I believe that the people of New Domino City will not let your future come to pass. That is why I will stop the Divine Temple from crashing into my city, even if it costs me my life. Yusei entered the Divine Temple's energy reactor. It's been real. Goodbye. No, I cannot allow someone as noble as you perish from this world. The Divine Temple vanished from above New Domino City. It seemed as if Yusei vanished along with it. Yusei. 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 No. Yusei. Wait. Look over there. It's Yusei. He made it. Zone must have used the rest of his strength to save me. Thank you, Zone. Chalk up one more victory for Team 5D's. We saved the world. Again. Did we really? Maybe Zone's future will still come to pass. How do we know what the future really has in store for us? We can't. We can never know what awaits us in the future. But I can't wait to find out with my friends by my side. Something they're not mentioning. Zone here. If you actually take off the mask, and you kind of notice, like, from the mark on the mask here, that it looks like it's, that looks like Yusei's mark. The reason for that is because, Zone is someone from the future who done extreme plastic surgery to make himself look and sound exactly like Yusei. He even copied his deck. The reason for that was because he gave the people of the post-apocalyptic future some hope. Until one day, all the people he wanted to protect was gone. Completely destroyed. So yeah, Yusei imposter. Now for the final duel, Future Path. With the help of his friends, Yusei stopped the Divine Temple from crashing into New Domino City. 6 months later, Yusei created Fortune, a computer program designed to control energy safely. Meanwhile, Lazar was sworn in as the new mayor of New Domino City. He takes Red Goodwin's job, essentially. He becomes the new director. And unlike Goodwin, Lazar actually is not, straight up evil. He actually is a good person. As the new and first ever mayor of this fine city, my first order is to return the city to its people by having a government run by elected officials. Whoa, Lazar is the mayor? That's crazy. But then again, if I could join Sector Security, anything can happen. Oh, right, I forgot about that. Crow actually does join Sector Security. Congratulations, Professor Fudo. Please don't call me Professor. That's my father, not me. No need to feel embarrassed. You far exceeded your father's expectations. Your fortune program will supply New Domino City with unlimited energy. So New Domino City will be the hub that connects cities around the world. Yeah, the future's looking up. Now that the future Zone predicted won't come to pass. But I can't take all the credit. My friends and I did it together as a team. Yes, of course. Always thinking about your team. Now that you've completed your program, you should take some time for yourself. Breathe the air, travel the world, decide what you want to do from now on. To be honest, I hope you'll stay in New Domino City, but the decision is yours. See you later, Yusei. Hey, Yusei, long time no see. Too busy to see your pal? Sorry, it took longer than I expected to finish my program. But you did, right? Nice, Yusei. Thanks. So how are things with you? Ugh, Trudge has me patrolling the streets night and day. I don't remember the last time I got more than an hour of sleep. But hey, can't complain. Who would have thought I'd ever be a cop, right? The city sure has changed. Keep in mind, Crow was actually, a constant troublemaker for Sector Security back in the day. No, we changed it. Together, as a team. You're right. Team 5D's forever. Speaking of 5D's, why don't we all get together this weekend? It's been more than a while. That's a great idea. I'm sure everyone will show up. Except for one guy who's kinda hard to get in touch with. Yeah, Jack. You still haven't heard from him? Nope. I wonder where he's at. I'll give him a buzz, but don't keep your hopes up. I can't believe your dueling is still improving. Any weaknesses you had, and you barely had any start with, are gone. I didn't stand a chance. Your skills have reached a new level. But by the look on your face, you're not satisfied, are you? Okay, yeah, they're giving Callan the Enforcer era design, like the Sector Security style design, instead of the design he had for that Wild West style episode that I told you about before. I believe in that one, he looks more like his manga design. No, I won't be satisfied until I defeat a certain someone. Hey, Yusei. Hi. Miss me? Akiza, Leo, Luna. It's great to see you. Aw, am I the last one here? Crow, you're way late. So late that we already finished partying, and we're about to go home. Whoa, that late? He's joking. We haven't even started yet. Later that night. Yeah, it's nice keeping New Domino City safe and everything, but, well, forget about me. What's up with you, Akiza? What are you gonna do after you graduate? Because I think you should hit the pro leagues. With your skill, any team would be lucky to have you. Don't choose my career path for me. Maybe I don't want to turn pro. Sorry if I struck a nerve. People are always telling me what I should do. Like I don't have a choice in the matter. You all want to take it down a few degrees? Because Luna and I have some news to tell you. Our mom and dad sent us a message today, saying that we should all live together again. That's great news. So why are you down in the dumps? Because we'll have to leave New Domino City. Oh. Leo, Luna. Yeah, moving can actually be hard on a kid. We haven't decided yet if we're gonna move or not, but we're wondering what we should do. Because we love you guys. We don't want to leave New Domino City. I'm so confused. Crow, Akiza. Just like with Leo and Luna, I can tell you're wondering what you should do with your lives. Why else would you get so upset over innocent questions? Crow, I know you received an offer from a top pro league overseas. You do? And Akiza, you've been accepted to study abroad at one of the best medical schools in the world. How did you know? Your parents told me. Akiza, you're going to be a doctor? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Jack? Where have you been? Training. Training for what? I received an invitation from Ride Ace, the world's greatest duel league, so I'm leaving New Domino City, because I don't want to be just the king of a city, but the king of the world. He still has his ambitions. You're never going to stop trying to be the king, are you? Of course not. Wouldn't you want to test your skills against the world? You say. I know they sent you an invitation too. Yeah, they did. Of course they did. It'd be nuts if Yusei didn't get an invite from every duel league in every nation. Yusei, what are you gonna do? I'm not sure. I was so focused on my gym program that I thought of nothing else. But now that it's finished... You might not know what to do, but I do. We've accomplished everything we could as a team. So now I'm gonna create my own legacy. I'll defeat everyone who stands in my way, even Team 5D's. Geez, thanks. Jack, let's duel. You wanna duel me? Whenever I'm not sure about what to do, dueling always clears my mind. Very well. Because if I want to take on the world, I must be good enough to defeat you first. Jack, can you believe this is our first duel since the Fortune Cup? We've been dueling side by side for so long that I've almost forgotten that we've dueled against each other. Same here. But dueling with you instead of against you were some of my most favorite days. Yes, but we can't live in the past. I've yearned to duel you again, and now is the time. That's right, so let's give it our all. You don't need to tell me twice. This is one final turbo duel. After the defeat of Zone, the marks of the Crimson Dragons all disappeared. However, the Signer Dragons all remained. Also up on screen is also what Leo's mark looks like. I believe it's on the full mark of the Crimson Dragon. I think it's supposed to be like some type of fruit or something. On the mark of the Crimson Dragon, it's actually supposed to be held by Luna's portion of the mark. What we got? Turbo Warrior, Nitro Warrior, Junk Warrior, Formula Stardust Dragon, and Shooting Star Dragon. I will set you, and that's really all I can do. But in the manga, though, at the very end, there were actually 3 scenes that were mentioned in the manga. And it was like one of the very last pages of the manga. And it references the bridge of New Domino City, Zone, and Bonds Beyond Time. And because it's a manga, it's basically after Yusei defeats the Ultimate God and Rex Goodwin. So, reading it from right to left, of course, like any manga would, to become a satellite's hero, showing the bridge monument of New Domino City, which is showing the monument of the bridge that connects the satellite sector in New Domino City, to become King of the Future, showing Zone, even though that's not really Yusei, but close enough, to duel alongside the Dual Kings of History, which is showing the stare down involving Yugi, Jane, and Yusei staring down Paradox. Simply wish and it shall be granted. What is your wish? Yusei's wish, of course, was to, you know, kind of stay with his friends and keep things as they are. Get rid of you. And I win, Jack. Yusei's monsters are working together to win. It's like they have a bond. The same bond Team 5D's has. So as long as our bond stays strong, no matter where in the world we are, we'll always be together. I now know what I want to do with my life. Me too. Ditto. Same here. Jack, our duelist taught me what I want to do. So you found your path. I'm gonna stay in New Domino City. You say. I see. Very well. You've now given me a reason to come back to this city in the future, because I refuse to end my career with a loss on my record. Come back anytime. I'll be waiting. Then you'll be waiting to lose. You say. Everyone. I decided to join the Pro League, you say. I'm gonna study to be a doctor. And we'll go live with our parents. But I'll write you every week. It'll be nice to get a home-cooked meal. That's great. You've each found your own path. But no matter how far apart we are, our bond is forever. This city holds a lot of memories. Yeah, I'll never forget this place. Leo, you've changed. Really? You used to be a crybaby. But now I can count on you when times get tough. Oh yeah? Yeah, you've really grown up. Well, I had to. No one else would protect my baby sister. Who are you calling baby? Connie. How did you know I was here? Anyway, you don't mind if I join you on the trip, do you? Of course I mind. My goal is to become the top duelist in the world, and I can't have any distractions. Jack. The next time you see me, I'll be king of the world. Farewell. Next time you see me. That means he wants to see me. Akiza? You say. Guess you're the only one staying here. Yeah. Your flight is tomorrow, right? It is. I want to make sure I say goodbye to you, you say. I see. You say. I just wanted to tell you that I'm happy that I got to know you. Just kiss already! Just tell him! Me too, Akiza. When I first met you, I thought you were kind of scary. I'm scary? You're the one who was known as the Black Rose Witch. You should see yourself when you glare. I didn't know what you'd do to me if I lost. But you thought that. But on the other hand, your smile's the greatest thing in the world. And you're the one who put the smile on my face, you say? Well, bye. Good luck. On the final night, before Yusei's friends leave to head their separate ways, Yusei looked over New Domino City, the city they all helped to protect. Hey, what's this suspicious-looking fella doing here? Trudge. I heard everyone is leaving tomorrow. You good? I hate to see them go, but I would hate it more if they didn't chase their dreams. You think you'll all stay friends? Of course. We have a bond. An unbreakable bond. A bond that will only get stronger. We're each heading towards the next stage in our lives, and I can't wait to see where it takes us. Since when did you get so philosophical? In my duel against Jack, I realized that my soul is tied to this city. So when my friends come back someday, I have to make sure New Domino City is a place they are proud to call home. Okay everyone, this is Team 5D's last ride, so let's rev it up! When I return, I'll be the true king. Unless I'm the king. New Domino City, I'll never forget ya. You'll always be my home. This isn't goodbye. This is till we meet again. Our future lies ahead of us on this road, so let's live it to the fullest. Ready, set, duel! Yeah, that final scene is literally the only other time we actually see Leo and Luna on their duel boards. We also get a glimpse of their future. Jack and Crow both do become pros. And I think it's even stated that Jack and Crow actually get into a turbo duel. But there's also a new, a rookie, a young rookie that's also getting into the pro scene. And that is Leo. Yeah. Leo and Luna do make new friends at their new schools, of course. But Leo also learns to become a turbo duelist. And is quickly making headways in the dueling scene. Like, he's actually winning duels and winning tournaments. So yeah, Leo has gotten better. So in the next episode, we will begin the fourth campaign, Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye.